Just waiting on Josh to get it here. Now we got a fog machine. Our production value is through the roof now.
We're fucking stars. I mean,
moving on up.
Chives, bring me water, please. 2 ice, 1 lemon. And I just got fired. That's how we roll.
Does that mean I get his water and chives?
Chives? That's his name, dude. God, he doesn't even know the help's name. Water and chives, please.
Where's my
Jeez.
Quiznos?
And our help is a little monkey called Bobo. Justice League Dark reference, boy. We in here,
Planet
Omega
of the
level.
Apes reference.
To the man in the booth. Omega
Omega
level, Omega
level.
level, Omega
Omega level.
Omega level. That's the Omega level like intro right there, man in the booth.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for us to get our sign to drop down.
It's coming. We got we have a Kickstarter happening at www.gofundme.com. Omega level.
It's mixed up 2 websites.
I don't know. I'm just mixing things up.
Kickstart us at GoFundMe.
Well, this week in Omega Level Podcast, fuck Nick once again. No, but we're back. We're
All
back.
right.
We're gonna mix it up.
all that in?
I don't know.
We'll
I don't know.
see.
It's up to Nick.
All
It's
right,
up to Nick.
let's just create a new intro.
Does
just
he
in
like it
case.
when I like berate him? I think so. So we in here.
All
I'm
right,
tired.
yeah.
I'm sick. I got a rope burn in my arm. Things aren't looking good for Josh this week.
God, that still does not look that good.
No, it does
I can't
not.
believe you did that. Did you
I
beat
mean,
his
he
ass?
didn't. He didn't do it on purpose. He got a butt whipping. But I mean, he's a
He's
dog.
in the pound now.
He's legless. It is what it is. I probably won't be here after
Now
this
he's going to need
show
another
airs.
Kickstarter for like a wheelchair legs for zero.
And after this episode airs, I probably won't be here anymore because people freak out about animals. They're like, "Oh man, dogs are more important than human beings." I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
It's
are they
true.
wrong?
I mean, there's 7.5 billion people on the planet, so I get it.
At least
But there's
half of those people have at least 5 dogs.
Well,
so I
'cause-
think there's more dogs in this world.
And then you also got to think that there are people that don't realize that there are more than the 300 million that live in the States.
Yeah.
If you're watching this from the United States, you're not special. Neither are the other people around the world. We're just humans, guys. Damn, I got deep. Fuck
gotta
humans.
warn people.
God, I'm not warning people. Spoilers.
This is why we're detached from society. This is why we watch movies and read comics.
Yeah, because people suck. I'd rather read fiction. That's what I do, baby.
We don't need viewers.
Hey, that's how
I'm
we
just
do.
kidding. We need them.
We need them.
We
Please,
need you
please
guys.
don't leave. We need you. Sub.
Share.
Share. But this week we're going to talk about Justice League Dark, issue 3, issue 8 of Mr. and Mrs. X.
9.
9. Okay, I had to read 8 and 9 because I was out the last time we
yeah.
talked about it. And then we're going to go ahead and delve into the Unicorn Store,
Which is what
Brie
we're going to
Larson,
start with.
which is actually where we're going to start with because we change things up on a weekly basis.
I think Josh just wants to get this over with, honestly.
Well, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I could talk about it for a little while, but I think it's best for Steven because
Yes,
he's not a
I would
fan.
like to get this conversation over with.
Would you like to start this, sir? Would you like to start us off with your just wonderful depiction of this movie?
My wonderful depiction.
Yes.
I'm not going to shit on this like everyone probably thinks I'm going to.
Or I did Shazam.
But, yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Please continue, sir.
I was going to go ahead and start off by giving this movie a number. It's a solid 5.
That's lower than I did Shazam. He said he's not going to shit on this movie like I did Shazam. Jeez.
This movie just, in my opinion, had nothing going for it. I think Nick also said it felt like an independent movie, which it does, but I've seen more entertaining independent movies with lower budgets. Regardless, I don't know. It's supposed to be Brie Larson's at least feature-length directorial debut. Apparently she's done other shorts, which I haven't seen. Good things. This movie had at least decent cinematography. It was not bad at all. It didn't do anything like, remarkably special or anything, but it was solid. Background music was also charming. Her direction was actually not bad. I just hated Kit. I just really hated that character. I saw a Reddit comment because I had to just confirm that I wasn't the only person that hated this as much as I thought. This one person summed this up better than I could ever do. It says this movie's basically like glitter personified.
Shiny but unnecessary?
Yes, I guess. I don't know.
But you don't
Her
think she
whole-
owned that performance?
No. No one acts like that. That was my whole problem with this. I was like, no one acts like this.
Nobody.
Okay, barely. And if they do, there's like, there's
Do
something.
you know somebody that's spoiled and failed art? Huh?
No, not really.
Then you don't know if anybody acts like this. Because let me tell
Have
you, brother.
Have you?
No, I don't.
Okay, exactly.
But I'm not saying that. No, continue.
I felt like her parents sometimes hated her, which is exactly how I
Wow.
felt. No, they didn't
I
hate
was
her.
about to say
wanted,
they were over the
They just
moon
wanted
for
her
this
to
child.
do better and get the fuck out of their house.
Language, Jesus.
Which I cannot blame them, especially if I had a kid like this. I would disown them.
Wow, do you hear this, guys? He is not a supportive father. He wouldn't care for his child, even though she's going through such a deep moment in her life.
Obviously, I guess
she
they cared
failed.
for her because it starts off with like a bunch of home footage of her just like doing her little arts and crafts that her whole life, and then shows
And what did she
her
want as a child?
going into art school, or at least applying for it, or everyone else has actually done like some impressive, I guess, like self-portraits or something, and she's just painting outside the lines of hers, like paints her whole wall, you know? I guess that was unique, but her art, I hate.
I mean, the dude that she failed and even called a genius made a stick in a box. So,
yeah, he was the
art.
first person to do it.
Art. Yeah.
I know art is subjective, but I disliked her art, and I understand why she didn't get into school.
Wow.
She uses too much fucking glitter and stars and shit. It's like she's just think of like your kids scribbling all over the walls and shit. They never got better than that.
Wow, it's somebody that wouldn't follow society's rules, and you're going to judge her for trying to
she doesn't
go
follow
outside of
society's rules because she's just also like when she finally gets her job, she's in her suit. She's like, yes, I'm gonna make my own meal of healthy grains and coffee, even if it doesn't taste good. I don't know. I just really hated her character throughout the whole.
It's somebody
movie.
abnormal trying to be normal.
Yeah, I get that, but she's just trying too much to be quirky or whatever. She's like that little pixie girl that you see in
What if
every
that's just
independent
her?
movie, except she's not fucking cool.
None of that felt forced for me.
I don't
Like,
know.
it's just a quirky girl that is kind of just doesn't work with
quirky
society.
but obnoxious.
I mean, yeah, she's obnoxious. She's an only child that
She's
was told.
selfish as shit also, which is like one of the better scenes with Samuel Jackson. I loved his performance. I loved whoever the hell played Virgil also.
Yep, Virgil did a very good job. Somebody that was there to
But I
guide
don't-
Brie Larson's
Yeah,
character.
guide her, but I don't see how the hell he could have fallen for her. He's a fucking idiot for that one. I'll give him that.
Well, she's hecka adorable.
Hecka adorable.
And by the way, if you don't already watch our podcast, spoilers, unicorns are real, people. All right? That's why he fell for her, because fucking magic.
He fell for her before that, though. He fell
He
for
was
her when they were
falling
trying to
for
build
her.
a stable.
He was falling for her. Exactly. She trusted him, even though that his boss didn't even want. He wanted anything he could do to fire that guy. He said that himself.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. And then we're not even going to touch on the little
On the opposite spectrum, Gary was almost willing to do anything. for
favorite
her.
character. This guy, please,
Not my-
please, continue
He was
about
funny.
this terrible.
He was a
funny.
creep.
Apparently, being sexist is funny
He's
nowadays.
a creep, but it was entertaining.
He's a perv. Oh, he does this to everybody. That's not acceptable, men.
No, it's not.
Jeez.
Everything he did was unacceptable, but I thought
Jeez.
it was funny
Huh.
because he has like the
Sick.
most monotone,
No, continue.
the
Please.
most monotone voice
Gross.
ever.
No, please continue. I'm not done. No, Stephen, we're go. Go. I'm not interrupting you. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. She even gets this job. I think was never mind. She got the job because she felt the needed to because she didn't make it
Well,
in
she didn't
school
have anything, yeah.
and she went through a temp service.
Mm-hmm.
After she finally leaves her job and goes back home, I think is when she finally gets to the invitation to the store. It says, "We have what you want."
And she's getting these
what you
letters
need or
throughout the
whatever.
movie for a little while too. Like they're
She
at the
finally
work.
opens it up in front of this super fucking annoying girl that she also works with that just speaks in like the most Valley Girl accent possible. The one that's just like
No, I know who you're
she's
talking
jealous that she Gary's giving her attention. I guess she's like, "Oh, why have you been here?"
about. No,
about
that
2
was
minutes?"
she opened it in front of somebody else. Is the one that helped her with the presentation.
She's
That
like-
blonde girl.
She's like, "Boys don't like girls that are sad. They like their girlfriends to smile like this." And Brie Larson opens her. She's like, "Are you making fun of me?" "Oh no, I was just." I don't remember what the hell she says, but that was like.
Well, she walked into her office when she got like I guess she's been I don't know. Gary's obsessed with her, so she's getting these little
He invited her
promotions.
to lunch within like 30 minutes of her working.
Yes, it was super awkward. Gary, very introverted guy that clearly is he's not the CEO because the board meeting made me think
my
that.
favorite line is just like, "Did you Google me before you worked here?" No, but I will as soon as you leave. He's like, "Oh, because there's other people with my name that have done horrible things, but not this guy."
Very dry, very much. Like, okay, this dude's a serial killer. Like, without question, this dude's a murderer.
He's on a list. He's probably had to make his neighborhood aware of who the fuck he is.
Yeah, I don't know if he could run that company, but at the same time, that's what I was saying. In the board meeting made me think that he's not the higher up because that one Asian
He's
woman,
vice president.
Susan Park, I believe, is the actress's name. He's vice president.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he said vice president of the company, not the United States. I could be.
You're right. Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that line. I thought Virgil was great. Sam Jackson as the salesman was awesome. He was somebody that wanted to make you believe in these whimsical things. And she met the place called The Store, and she gets there, and it's, what do they have? A hay bar, ice cream bar.
But not because unicorns eat ice cream, just because he likes it.
Just because he likes it. Huge TV.
Yeah, they have like an entertainment area, I think, where they first arrive. They clean them up and stuff because apparently they smell like forest and shit.
Yep,
and
and
that's
like
what
you
I
were
liked
saying,
about him is like he'd still cuss and stuff or whatever.
Yes.
Very childlike. He has tinsel in his afro.
Hey, man, Sam Jackson was straight fire in this. Purple suit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was cool.
Or was it pink? I'm blanking.
It was pink.
It was pink. There we go. Purple and pink.
It's probably salmon. I don't know.
We're all wrong. It was black. What? Going into that, that was delving into what you were saying, that she is selfish, and she is 100% a very unlikable character, but I thought she portrayed that well. That's clearly the character that she was written, because they had that soft moment at the end where they had the reveal and she accepted, I don't need you. It's almost like she was coming to terms that I need to grow the hell up.
She grew.
Yeah, I need to grow the fuck up. That's what that movie was. It's I can't say coming of age story because the chick is like 23, 24 years old.
Because it asked for her to prove that she has a nice house for it, financially stable, and she has no anger or hate in her heart, because apparently unicorns are like very sensitive to that shit. So
they
basically
feed off
helping
the
her the
smallest
whole
of
time.
emotions.
Yeah.
They can extreme tenfold. Can we touch real quick how beautiful that outfit was? I don't know how you felt about it. I know you didn't care for this movie.
What outfit?
When she did the presentation.
Oh, fucking hated it.
Dude, oh my God. Put a picture up here. How can you hate that outfit? Nick, if you can't get the picture, I apologize. Google it. Unicorn store. Awesome outfit.
I hated it because the exact same reason
she's too eccentric and she's just, oh my gosh.
Because the president
Steven,
said, this whole thing reading like a bit childish?
Can I just...
It's also, I think I'm just starting to realize I hate rainbows.
Can I ask you something?
That's what she said. Yes, fuck rainbows.
Can I ask you something, Steve? Do you hate fun?
Yeah.
You do? I want you to look into the camera and say, I hate fun.
You know why?
No, tell me the truth. Tell the viewers the truth.
I love fun. You know why? Because Mortal Kombat comes out tonight.
Oh, I thought this guy switched his time zone and was playing it at 8 this morning. That didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Oh, poor Steve. Steve didn't get to play Mortal Kombat. I guess I'll have to buy it tonight. And
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I said it.
Yeah, but see, now you ruined the facade. They know when this was recorded, dude.
Wow. It doesn't matter.
It matters to me, and it matters to Jeff.
The
rest of our viewers, they love us for no matter what, but Jeff, we really have to impress.
Jeff hates us. He probably stopped watching because we still haven't reviewed...
It's coming. Oblivion is coming, Jeff. Oh my gosh, it is coming. I promise you. I promise you.
I promise that's next. It's right after this episode. It's after this or the next Game of Thrones episode.
We don't know. It's coming. We promise. Tom Cruise. Sorry, I lost my mind.
Can I get a gif of Tom Cruise dancing in Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder? Oh, the last that ends after credit scene?
Yeah.
Get it?
That's when I realized that was Tom Cruise when I first watched that. I was like, holy shit, wait.
Yes, I also didn't know that was Tom Cruise until then. Pretty good job. Pretty good job.
Right, back to topic.
Back to topic. Virgil was great. I need to see more. I haven't seen anything he was in. I'm not familiar with the actor's name. Actually, I know I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it.
We'll have Nick put it up.
Yep.
It falls on you, Nick. If this name's not here, you know what to do.
But yeah, I haven't. Oh, I lied. I've seen him in. Oh, snap.
He looks.
Never mind. He was Grandmaster Flash in the Get Down. Okay, so I have seen him in something.
I have not seen that yet.
It's really good.
I have it on my list.
The guy that voices Shamik Moore, that voices Miles Morales, is Shaolin Fantastic, and he's amazing.
Is that him?
No, that's not him.
Oh, I was like,
you were like, what? No, that's not him.
He changed his voice a lot,
and he's like smaller and looks completely different. But yeah, no, he acts in the Get Down as Shaolin Fantastic, and he's amazing.
That's an awesome name.
Yes, it is. Have you seen the it was his first movie. Oh, we're stopping again. I'm Googling it.
It's okay.
It's fine.
They watch us for this specifically.
Mm-hmm. We go off topic. Things have changed. I don't know if you guys like this new format, but we're having a blast.
It's a way better flow.
Yep. We can kind of, breathe. Oh, what was it called?
While you're going to do that, I'm going to look up if there's anything else I hated about this movie.
Jeez. I gave him time. I'm filling up his arsenal, man. Okay.
I did kind of like the fact that he had unicorn hair and like a unicorn horn for her to feel and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It feels electric. So that's love.
And it's
also
heavy.
Apparently that's why the unicorn horn is heavy. He said no. Apparently I think they just I think he was insinuating that they just die and that was from a dead unicorn.
It's safe to assume that.
Yeah.
Dope
Also,
was the
apparently
movie.
unicorns are a lot smaller than I thought they would be.
I mean, you know.
Also,
It's a
disappointing
decent
unicorn
size
at the end of this because they're not like the unicorns from Gravity Falls. GIF. Techno GIF. That's right. Okay.
God, I really hope he adds that.
Me too, man.
And if you haven't seen Gravity Falls,
I'm thumbing it down.
treat yourself. Treat yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna change this to a Gravity Falls review. So that first episode,
Man,
sets
really
up
strong.
everything.
Really sets up everything. I mean, you get to meet Grumple Stan,
Grunkle.
Grunkle Stan. There we go.
Okay.
Apparently, I got to rewatch it again.
Yeah, it's
Watching
been a
it
little
back
bit.
to
I
back
need to,
times,
yeah.
isn't it? Anything else you want to rip about this movie, man? I enjoyed it. I give it a solid 7.58.
Oh, I like the emotion quest scene. That was probably the best performance from Brie Larson in there.
A motion quest.
Okay,
oh,
when she's actually at the campfire, I
Yep.
think after Virgil and her had her falling out. Or
and all
just
those
right
kids are
before
lying
that.
to him, but they
Yeah,
know that
like
they're
that.
lying.
They tell her to lie, just make up stuff because they're just gonna keep bothering you until you cry about something.
And then
So
she told the
just kept
truth.
she just started burning my tube tops, like that campfire right there. It's like, really, how'd that make you feel? Like, totally sad for my tube tops. I like how they like snap and like, okay. Also, whoever the mother is, like,
Joan Cusack.
is that who the mother is?
She's good.
Okay,
I like
she
her.
does something that just always annoys me. Is like her little smile. She always like scrunches up her face, like.
You will not like her as an actress, then.
No, that's what I'm saying. Anything
Yeah.
I've ever seen her, and that's always what she does, and it just pisses me off. I don't know why.
I'm sorry that you have to deal with this woman-hating person, man.
I'm
man.
not a woman hater.
I said it first, so that means he
You
is.
know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say
Dude,
it
she is
then.
great, man.
Fuck you, Brie Larson. Fucking Captain Marvel fucking sucked, and so does this fucking movie.
Okay, let's go ahead and segue to the next part of our topic.
Okay, Captain Marvel though, she was a fine Captain Marvel. I just hated the movie. I didn't even hate her performance, so you can't even say I just dislike Brie Larson. Because I didn't follow any of that controversy where people clearly misquoted her or just tried to cause controversy because she wanted more diverse people to watch it or whatever.
People had the audacity to say smile more.
Yeah. That's stupid and that's ignorant, okay?
Yeah. And she smiled a hell of a lot in that movie. And also, I'm still mad at you, Steven.
Still, though, like,
I'm not going to get over this.
her directorial debut, fine cinematography and shit, I just wasn't entertained by the character at all. I just didn't find, like, much happen in this movie. There wasn't, like... I checked multiple times catching to see how much fucking time was left because I was just bored. That being said, though, I will still check out her next directorial movie. Or the next movie she directs. English is hard.
It is hard, man. It's rough. It's a rough day for Steven. He's very angry. It's kind of all the words are flowing out all at once. He doesn't know whether to
I'm
say.
simmering.
You can see the top of his little top. It's just, it's got a tea kettle, man. It's just a high whistling. Don't look down at that.
Wasted 18 minutes talking about this shit.
Wow. Boystoff. You know what isn't shit?
Definitely not Mr. and Mrs. X because that's still just mediocre.
Wow, you ruined that, Steven.
Oh,
Really,
okay.
I was really
Ink or Die.
There we go.
Omega Level is proudly sponsored by Ink or Die Studios, a unique combination of a tattoo parlor and hair salon. Located at 270 North Dakota Street by Flanagan's, Ink or Die Studios employs the best artists and stylists around. Boasting a friendly atmosphere, helpful, talented, and incredibly creative staff, Ink or Die Studios is the only tattoo shop and hair salon you'll ever need. Stop in, call, or contact them through their social media accounts today to set up an appointment.
It took him a second, but he got it. He got it.
I'm still new at this whole podcast thing.
So we're gonna jump into Mr. and Mrs. X first.
We're going to dip our toe in because yet again, it's just,
I thought it
I'm
was.
sorry, Nick.
Well, I
We
mean,
already talked about this.
you guys seem to like the Mojoverse way more than I did.
I
so
did,
I'm
but
very
this-
shocked that you're saying this.
Yeah, but this issue, I don't know, just fell flat for me.
Really, with Spiral sending Gambit onto a mission. I mean, that was at the very end of last issue, but he was actually
They
being
say
a thief.
They say people don't change.
Is that how you read the voice?
Yes. I definitely 100% do.
They say people don't change. Sugar. Oh my god. God, I need Steven to read Gambit's part for me. This is great.
Obviously, I've like greatly exaggerated.
I'm Rogue.
It, but
Hey, Sugar. I don't know. I
God.
kind of sounded more of a Harley there. Mix of Harley. My apologies.
yeah, a little bit. Hey,
Puddin'.
Shug.
Hey, Puddin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some of the thickest accents for Rogue and Gambit. It's funny.
Yeah, so
It's-
thick
they're
that
together,
they have to
just
write it that
boom.
way.
Yeah.
They said that's not true. People change all the time. That's why you can't trust them.
Oh man, God, I don't know. I doubt anybody that's attached to this stuff is watching, but please, can somebody do a fan video of this?
No.
I thought it was strong. It's kind of getting into the whole reality of
It
Mojoverse.
wasn't
We got
terrible,
to
but
see the
yeah.
actual Mojoverse. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Or Mojo Planet. I don't think it's called.
I think it's just called the Mojoverse.
Okay. We got to see all
Yeah.
the people that were living
I
there.
must say, I hated the panel of him like jumping through the glass though. As soon as he cuts it, he's just perfectly horizontal.
That's like trademark stuff right there. It's classic.
Unimpressive.
He's hating on Gambit right now. Nick, crop his face out. Can you do that? Just came to me. I don't know.
No, don't make me disappear. But yeah, it turns out that the whole thing that Spiral has been training them to steal is baby Spiral? I don't know.
While Rogue is in her safe space. I think it's in in a small compartment in the back of her mind to where Spiral can talk to her
Her
while
spirit
she
and mind is in a safe place. Her
Yes.
body, not so
is
much.
trapped because of the Mojoverse, and Spiral is relentlessly defending her off in this. They have a little
It
panel where
seems like
she is
she's
just
by
cutting.
herself, just facing off hordes of people.
And Spiral's a beast. Spiral is a beast.
I know nothing about her.
I know her powers. I know nothing about the character.
I know she has
herself.
6 arms.
Wow, that's all you need to know.
That's all I know.
Mortal Kombat, baby.
Collector's better.
Ooh, probably not.
Probably not.
We're talking about
Probably
superheroes
not.
here, man.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go. Woo.
I know the collector's literally just a debt collector.
But we have that moment with Spiral trying to explain to Rogue about what is this power? What is this thing that I need to control? Because she does show her. She finally reveals to her that she's been killing Gambit over and over and over and over again. Every time it always leads back to Gambit, and she's always fucking killing him. It's like, damn, dude. I don't know how much you can deal with killing the love of your life over and over and over again in that last issue.
All other than that, she's also reliving like all the most horrible like one-hit wonders, I guess. Like all the big things that's happened to Rogue over the time. Like her first kiss with Cody or whoever the hell that dude was. But she even says, "Is like I've already relived this memory 1,000 times. There's nothing new to learn here." And then I think from there it goes to her and Captain Marvel. Or Miss Marvel back then, I guess. I didn't realize this. I knew she took her powers and stuff, but apparently she also took like Marvel's like psyche with her. So she also, I think she knows that that's also why she probably became stronger and like a better person, and she's always kind of like relied on that. Then apparently we go to Gambit meeting Mojo's slaves, and they ask if he's stealing their treasure, which immediately made me think that they were about to like turn on him and attack him or something. But no, instead they ask him for like to help them like rebel and gain their freedom.
Well, yeah, you're talking about Gambit when he's holding little baby Spiral?
Yeah,
Whatever the hell that is. I feel like there's something more to
We've
it.
had a lot of weird babies. We had that like
Egg that turned into Rogue.
yeah, which
But then we
turned
came out
into
to
something else.
Xandra,
Xandra.
which I wish they would go back to that freaking
Yeah,
arc because that was
waiting for that,
amazing.
yeah.
Gosh, man, we even had a little bit of Deadpool for 2 issues or like an issue and a half. He was hilarious.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, right? It's been that
Yeah.
long. Yeah, Deadpool was in this, guys. I love DP.
Ooh. Don't Google that.
Please Google it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He goes to like Rogue when she first kissed Gambit and stuff, and how she wasn't afraid, which is why she didn't. You know, later on they revealed.
Yeah,
that
when they actually kissed, I
fear's
was like,
the
whoa.
whole thing. Yeah.
I was looking for the collar and the because was it Beast that made her the bracelets at the wedding reception? Correct, bracelets.
I think
they were
so,
better
yeah,
than yep.
probably. He's one of the geniuses that could do that. So.
Yep. He's like, I don't know if this will help, but it will be a lot less painful.
Oh yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure it was Beast.
helped dampen her powers when they had their honeymoon.
Yep.
Okay, so basically the whole point of this issue is revealing that like the whole reason why Rogue can't control her powers most of the time is because she has something that constantly puts her in a state of fear. Like she absorbed like the hectobomb or hecatome. I don't remember what the hell that word was. Some sort of bomb, I think, which made her absorb like millions of people or something.
It was a lot of people.
It was something ridiculous.
I don't remember the number
And
of people,
I think
but it
the
was
whole reason, like, she should have been able to do that, but the whole reason she wasn't is because she was afraid she was going to revert back to, like, I guess the first time.
She's
There's also
always that's
another
the
time-
biggest thing. She's always afraid. She's always like, I can't control this.
Yeah,
so of
'cause-
course she's not going to be able to control this.
The one thing that I liked, the one time I thought it made sense was like she lost her powers at one point, I guess when she was taken captive by somebody, and she was afraid that when she gets her powers back, she was going to have to relearn the whole damn process again of like not hurting people like by touching them and stuff. She was always known as the girl that couldn't be touched, which I assume would just be fucking terrible. Like,
I mean,
you can't even hug
exactly.
anybody. That
Always
sucks.
got to keep distance from somebody, man.
You always got to have multiple layers on.
Yeah.
You're always hot.
You're living up north for the most of your life. That's all I'm saying. I am now living in Alaska
Gotta
permanently.
have bundles.
Yep. Mother Russia, here I come.
Yeah, she talks to herself in her mind that basically reveals that like you just gotta conquer fear, which was like
Sure,
I guess
it could
a
be
decent
seen as
reveal,
cliche.
but also I just thought it was like fucking lazy, I guess, to an extent.
I mean, it's really she's her own worst enemy, is what I
Yeah,
took
it
from that.
makes sense most of the time.
And at least it took for somebody that who you thought was the bad guy, Spiral. Can't really hope that they showcase why she's doing this to Mojo. Maybe she's just tired of this reality TV show bullshit.
It would probably suck ass living
God,
there.
yeah, because he's constantly changing. Everybody loves drama. Like,
Yeah,
no.
that's another thing.
I
Everyone
mean, I do,
recognized Gambit as soon as he jumped out with Baby Spiral because, like, yeah, I guess there's TV fucking everywhere.
Yeah, and even the people that live there are like, God, we're so tired of this. It's literally just Mojo that likes this. No one likes TV.
But yeah,
But we
Gambit
like
finally
comics.
shows up to help Spiral fighting off those people, protecting Rogue, and then he's like, I need you to wake up now. And she finally does.
Yes, and we're finally getting to the point where they're making definitely the most broken Rogue that we have seen to date.
We'll probably see in this next issue how off she goes.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Nick was telling us that they incorporated in this. I don't
Yeah.
know whose it was, if it was Captain Marvel series. Is that what he said it was?
I don't remember.
But she actually does have the...
Put a little name right here where you can find that.
In this issue, number 4. That's what happens in the comics. They're like, read more
Yeah.
into this. Yeah.
Yeah, buy our other shit.
Yeah. That's why when we're talking about this Justice League, we're going to do 3 issues,
Yeah.
but it's branching off into its own separate thing. Wonder Woman and the Justice League Dark, The Witching Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Which, man, this issue 3. Woo,
That's why I can't. Yeah.
woo.
Can we finally finish up talking about this mediocrity?
I am
I'm sorry,
enjoying this. Like I said, I thought the Xandra arc, the egg, and all that stuff was much stronger. Mojo is fine. I thought the long shot was...
Mojo finally shows up, I think, on the last panel.
Yes, they
So-
finally have the...
Probably going to have him getting his ass kicked, and we'll probably have this, like, this
In the
next
next-
issue. I assume will probably be the last one covering the whole Mojo shit.
It's called The Big Finish, so we're expecting
Oh,
pretty
it is?
big things.
Okay.
Yeah, we're expecting pretty big things in this. I'm expecting this to be more of an eventful... even though I did feel like this was eventful, especially with
Yeah.
Rogue coming to terms with that, Gambit being in the
I just didn't care
Mojo-verse
for the
itself.
execution that much.
Yes, some of that stuff. Art style's still really good, though. I really like Rogue, and you
That's
don't
why
like
I
it?
don't care for her.
See, I like-
every time I see her face, I'm like, she looks too much like a doll.
I think she looks cute. I like that. I like Rogue's look in this. Gambit looks
They say
traditional,
people
too.
don't change.
God, you sound like Bushwick. Yeah. Hey, you want to know what's inside that box? You don't want to know what's inside that box.
You want to know what made those bonds? You don't want to know what made those bonds. No cops.
Oh, man. And Nick, if you can find that boy,
Bushwick. They call me Schwick. No,
Bushwick.
not Schwick.
Not Schwick. Never Schwick.
That's Bushwick.
Good old Courage the Cowardly Dog.
The Sitai lady gets it. Bring that back.
As long as Eustace, yeah, I know, right? Bring Courage back.
Eustace back.
And creepy stuff happens in nowhere. It's up to Courage to save his new home. Ah!
Terrible scream, I know.
God.
I can't do
My
that.
apologies,
You can't
viewers.
do that.
Jeez. If you're watching this in the morning, you're now awake. If you're watching this at night, my apologies. If you're watching this midday, fuck you.
You watching this 2 weeks from now? Catch the fuck up.
But that's when it's going to be released.
Yet.
Okay, well, moving on to a phenomenal issue of Justice League
Yeah, it's
Dark.
finally
We are
something
now
I'm
on,
actually excited to talk
yes,
about.
so we are on issue 3 of Justice League Dark, the start of the Witching Hour. It's they didn't say it's part 1.
No, this is the end
This
of
is- The Arc of Magic,
something like that, yeah.
which goes into the Witching Hour, which we will be covering. I believe that we got a total of 5
issues? Yeah, I think it's a 5-issue arc.
5 issues.
So
So we have
that'll
this, and
probably be
then 2 of the Witching Hour, then goes back to Justice League Dark.
Yeah, if you
again.
want to go ahead and get ahead of us before we talk about it, after Justice League issue 3, I think it goes to the one standalone issue,
2
Wonder
standalones.
Woman and Justice League Dark. This is one, like, it's just a one-off.
I think it had 2 issues of it, though. Don't they?
I thought no, there's only one.
Oh, is that just the thing that we
I think
read?
it's
It
just a
shows
little bit
issue 2?
longer, yeah.
Okay.
I think it goes to that, then to Wonder Woman, like, 56 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's everywhere, but we're getting it. We
We're
will
getting
read it,
it.
and we will tell you about it. Oh,
Okay.
man, Steven.
So this issue starts off, I thought it was immediately interesting because we see
From the jump.
Zatara just training Zatanna, speaking everything backwards to her.
so she knows it in her sleep. She never uses magic, but she is taught these
She does
words.
that at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, throughout the whole process, she's talking.
She's
going
also
through all
speaking
the
backwards,
steps.
explaining everything
Exactly,
that she's doing.
as she's doing
picking
it
locks,
in
getting
reality.
out of like straight jackets and shit like that. It's pretty cool. It seems like it's pretty harsh training.
I mean, you got to be able to just, without even thinking, be able to say the things, and that's what Zatara's trying to teach her.
Yep.
Really awesome. Really awesome. And then they explain, why do we use this? You know, what other people use, because magic always costs a price, and that's in most lore.
Yeah.
And they say that. They're like, you know, they have demon's blood. They have some sort of artifact. They have this. We have our words. It's just a sleight of hand. It's just a trick.
Yeah, a trick so that way those people don't see. And she's like, who? And then they start talking about the other place.
The place where they got the magic, where they brought it into their world so that it would no longer be mundane.
Yeah, as the upside
The
down
upside
man so
down man,
elegantly
dude. I'm
puts it.
liking him.
Yeah,
I
he's
am
pretty
liking
damn
him.
cool, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what he kind of looks like a nobody. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the
I
white
guess
ones with
so.
the
Every
in a
time
way.
he talks, I want to like have like a Joker voice because that's usually how his dialogue is always written. It's all like scratchy and scraggly and stuff.
Yes, I'm getting the whole. He's crazy, like 100%.
yeah.
I mean, he seems to be the ringleader of
They
the
are
other place.
horror itself.
Yeah, he says you cannot kill horror itself. I mean,
Yeah.
and he does not hold back in this. He is just talking mad shit.
Yeah,
and he's like,
talking
we will
mad.
take back what you did because what caused this Dr. Fate's betrayal. I don't know. I really hope that they explain why he did this. I know he says.
It's probably more Nabu.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Nabu is, he took over. He's no longer the
Yeah.
one that we know.
It's no longer Kent.
It is no longer Kent. And they show, he does explain, I still feel like there's something else to it. He says that we no longer deserve magic in that last issue. Not 3, but 2, that he no longer deserves that. And that's what opened up the other place. So the other place is coming down with the Upside Down Man
It's
to
because we
take
keep
back the world.
taking it and like obviously they've seen everything too. Apparently they watch us like through like some sort of mirror. They said our world was boring, so of course we took magic so it'd be less mundane, like you said. But it calcified, which defeats the entire purpose of it because it's just chaos.
Just came back to being mundane once again.
Mm-hmm.
So they, of course, come in, and we have Bobo and Man-Bat.
Yeah, swoop in.
He's like, please, can you guys stop this before he tries to talk to me again? He's like, don't worry about that. I don't even think he moves. Did the Upside Down
Man,
move?
I don't know. He's literally like a
hanging upside
physical
down.
manifestation of magic.
Of pure
Like he gets cut
magic.
by like this, I assume this dope ass sword, but it does nothing to him.
Yeah, you see the effect. You see the written that it cut him, but
Yeah.
it did cut him. It showed him open,
He
but
didn't
he went
seem
right
to cry
back.
out
Yeah.
in pain or any shit.
There was no pain, and immediately after that cut, Bobo got straight melted.
Yeah.
And Man-Bat's like, science can fix you.
Well, also, like I think before he got melted, I like the fact that Man-Bat's like trying to tell Zatanna, this little boy in this vase says that Dr. Fate's turned against us and stuff. He's like, yeah, we're already past it. He's like, oh. It's like Man-Bat is fucking
worthless.
useless.
He is so worthless in this
He's
thing.
at least comedic relief because as soon as Bobo got melted, he's like, science can fix this.
Yes,
Science
okay.
can fix this.
He is working as a very good comic relief,
Yeah.
like you said. Like, that's about it. Even in the first couple issues.
Yeah, when he's like, are we going to do anything about him? Scream!
Oh, man. Yes. Thank God I'm not reading this for Man-Bat, though.
Yeah.
I'm in it for Zatanna, Swamp
I
Thing,
imagine
and
there's not
some
too
Wonder
many
Woman.
people that are like crazy fans of him. I don't think he's ever had like a standalone
Man.
series or anything like that.
I really hope. Comment below, who is your favorite of the Justice League Dark Team?
Also, where can I find more Bobo?
And if you say Man-Bat, you automatically get something, a prize from us, mailed to you.
But yeah, Bobo gets melted, and that's the end of the Planet of the Apes.
Speaking of Planet of the Apes, we have Caesar.
Didn't
We
Caesar
have-
give him that sword?
Yes, he actually was able to perfect time travel.
Damn.
Something that didn't show you at the end of war. But let me go into detail about that. Maurice, when he came apart... No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, I forgot how like
that's
Upside
what it
Down Man
started.
talks about how like the physical form is tentative and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's not really nailed it down. So I guess that's why he's upside down.
Well,
He
yeah,
doesn't
they-
really have eyes and stuff.
Yeah, and he's
either.
talking shit to Zatanna. He's like,
He
like,
said, "Please keep screaming. I do enjoy the sound."
I do enjoy this. Just like we torture your father, tearing him apart,
yeah.
putting him back together. And he
always
keeps
saying,
saying,
"Release
release me.
me."
He's saying it backwards.
I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, I'm not going to try. But he's like, release me. Like, oh my, dude,
it's
the
like,
Upside Down Man is savage.
Emma Leeser.
Yes. I like that. But he's saying release me over and over again because, but magic has no effect. That simple magic has nothing to do with them. Like,
Yeah, because
they're taking it from them. That is literally the source of that magic.
Speaking of that, can we talk about how before we get to Constantine's like puny attempt,
I mean, he was
We first get Swamp Thing's puny attempt.
God,
fucking
such
breaks
a
my
dope
heart.
moment, though. I mean, he says, "I am tired of you." Oh wait, before we get into that, I did like that little back and forth where they show the upside. It was right before this other place kicked in. John Constantine and they're standing next to it because it's in the last issue. John Constantine and Swamp Thing were together.
Yeah.
And then John Constantine's like, "Hey, before retirement, you ready to stop another apocalypse?"
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "I sure do hopes to, John." Like they're like, "Oh shit, here we go again. Let's try this." And then that leads us to
yeah, Swamp Thing growing
like 3 times the size of that
I was
tower.
gonna say, yeah, 3 times the Tower of Fate. Not as big as he's been
Look,
before, I
no,
think, because
but
he's been
so
like the size
dope
of a
looking.
mountain. But like, obviously, big enough to think that the job should be fucking done.
Yeah.
As soon as he makes contact with him, though, he just instantly dies.
just immediately starts decaying. His rots, and
Which I was just like, my mind trying to rationalize what I'm seeing. I was like, okay, he's not dead. He's probably just no. I think he's fucking dead. Shit.
he's going through the 5 stages of grief.
Pretty much. I was like, oh.
He's
Come
no.
on.
This it's my Swamp Thing. And then Constantine, of course, has to step in. He's like, he just killed the Guardian. He just killed a Guardian.
Yeah, which I'm still just like, I mean, yeah, he's the god of the green, but like,
He's still
it
very,
doesn't do
very
anything
powerful.
against fucking magic.
I mean, still, but Swamp Thing, I would think, has some sort of magic base, does he not? He's not magic himself, but still, he's attached to the Tree of Life.
The Tree of Wonder or whatever?
Tree of Wonder.
Which, yeah,
Well,
but
they
that
said
was
Tree
the,
of Life
that
in
was the
this issue,
bridge
so-
to the other place, so that probably just works against them.
Okay. God, you're probably right. They probably brought that in, and that's what. But that, see, that I don't know if that predates. Well, I mean, magic, I'm assuming predates
Everything.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And wow, rude. If you can hear that, my apologies.
Fucking fat ass
God,
walking.
fatty. Anyways, but you see Swamp Thing. John Constantine comes in, thinking that he's about to be the
Does
big
something
bad.
incredible.
Well, he
seemingly incredibly badass.
He was told that he was taught a spell that was
He won
powerful
this-
enough,
he won this,
but
in
he
the
didn't
game of
reveal it. Yeah,
cards,
he's like, but I was told that this man had the power to kill a god, a spell to kill a god. But he was
wasn't very
bad
good
at
at cards now,
yeah,
was he?
He does some cool thing, and of course, Satana says, just because you have demon's blood does not mean you can do this. Do not do this. Well, Constantine does it.
This is a big old page. Well, not like a splash page.
It was
size, but
really
like
cool
A couple
art,
panels
though,
of just
man,
like
with the whole
an
hand.
great explosion of energy and power. And I think you kind of see like Upside Down Man getting like hit by the blast, but it did fucking fuck all to him.
Yeah, he's like, what is
It
this?
says the equivalent of like trying to throw a bucket of water into a tsunami.
Yes, he said trying to throw a bucket of water into an ocean.
Yeah, which is just
Or
like
ocean water into a tsunami.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
like, what are you doing? You're feeding the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? Using magic against
A
literally
being
the source of
magic.
magic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then, of course, Upside Down Man
He
has
said
his
afterwards,
little
he's like,
back.
hand me my smokes, babe. They're in my pocket.
I can't seem to grab him. Well, yeah, because you're an idiot. And Zatanna lets him know.
And Upside Down Man just waxes the ever-loving hell out of him. He's like, oh, demon blood. That's interesting. Let's see how you do without it.
And literally, blood just pours from his eyes, from his pores. You know, it wasn't like every single pore, but it was seeping from his hands and his eyes and
If
his
it,
mouth.
if it wasn't DC,
Any orifice, it was coming out
if
of.
it wasn't DC, then yeah, it'd probably be like everywhere.
What do you mean?
I was saying, like, DC does some violent stuff, but obviously it's still just like basically like T-rated or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they were blood coming out his face, dude.
Yeah, but this would be like Mortal Kombat, like very like level
Okay,
of
yeah,
blood.
you're not. Yeah, it would be more or less you see a man get his head ripped off and then
He
his
would
spine pulled out.
explode.
Yeah, he would explode. Well, either way,
My
he's
only thing
in
is like
dust.
Constantine should have died, like just doing the spell, though. In my opinion, yeah, he has demon's blood, but he's still like half
He's still-
mortal.
Yeah, but he's powerful. John Constantine's more powerful. He knows what to wield and how to use it. You know what I mean?
He wears a
that
trench
was stupid.
coat, okay?
Yeah, but he's British.
He's also a smoker.
But he's British.
He's also a smoker.
Do I need
Not
to-
in the best of health, anyway.
He's British. That immediately makes him cool. Do you know James Bond? Do we have to go over this? Bond. James Bond. I mean, I'm Sean Connery. Oh, smart.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm John Constantine.
Going to Upside Down Man shit talking Zatanna about her father. I think he attempts to blast her, but then Wonder Woman comes in and like
With that
blocks
shield,
shit.
though. And of course, that brought an inquiry to
Probably my
Upside Down.
favorite panel.
He was
'cause
like,
he says there's something
"What
odd
are
about
you, girl?"
Yeah. He starts like
And of course
absorbing
she
her.
gets
He
her-
starts like absorbing the page as well, which I thought was cool. That panel, you start seeing like wrinkled and stuff. So it's like it looks like he's like taking the panel off the page.
Well, he asked her what she is, and of course she gives the whole spiel.
I am Wonder Woman. I am Diana Prince, fucking queen of whatever.
Princess of the Mascara. The blah, 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 blah. Yes, but that's not what I meant. What are you? There is a font power. There's a power I am fond
So
of.
let's see what happens when I turn it on, and just fucking releases fucking broken ass Wonder
some
Woman.
sort of, and of course she's like, "What in Hera is this?"
I say broken Wonder Woman as if she's not capable of already deflecting trillions of pieces of like a star god.
So, in the Marvel universe, we're getting a broken Rogue. Now in the DC,
we're getting even more broken Wonder Woman.
yes, and even more. And I'm so for this.
When we say broken, okay, let's just see. She starts talking to Zatanna. She's like, "It's like my veins are on fire. There's light."
I've never felt this much power in my entire life.
Which is something to consider, considering like
Wonder Woman's
she's
had
gone
some pretty
crazy
incredible
stuff.
feats.
She's fought all the Pantheon of the Gods. She's fought Darkseid. I mean, she's been with Superman.
She's fought with
been
Superman.
That's just saying something.
I mean, Wonder Woman. We can go on and on talking about her feats. Let me get a long scroll list right here. Just God, if he does that, I love you. I love you. It doesn't even have to be
He's
real
so
stuff.
happy.
Just put one in there and be like, it says "fuck Josh" or something. I don't know. It's like "fuck Josh, fuck Steven." But they unlock a new power, which is going to lead us into the witching hour.
It's borrowed,
but she
power,
has
though,
this
I think.
cool. I think it's untapped in her. There's something in her. That's,
Yeah, but I think she's like, from what I read of like the next issue, I think she's
Hecta.
like basically borrowed power from Hecta. Which
it's
is like,
1/8 power of that. So I don't
Yeah.
think it's borrowed. It's something that was like stored inside of her.
possibly, yes.
But we'll get into that. We don't want to jump into it
She
yet.
warps reality with just a thought.
And of course, Zatanna's like, think about what you want to do. And he's like, I want to banish these creatures. And then repeat after me,
She's like,
banish
focus
you
on
from
that.
whence you came.
Oh, yeah,
and he
you're
says that.
right.
And of course, he actually felt it. He said, what? No. And like, has a screech. Like, obviously,
like a
it's
slight
like
hiss.
Yeah, I was about to say. It was like more like you got like a. It's probably what I did when I got my burn on my
He
arm.
said, "You're delaying the inevitable. At least you're making this interesting."
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's exactly what it said,
That
but it
is
was along
actually-
those lines.
Yeah. You're delaying the inevitable.
But you're making it interesting.
It's literally actually verbatim. Nice, Steven. I reread it this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote notes.
And that's leading us pretty much to the end. Man, this is a really good issue. I'm glad that they're making Wonder Woman. And of course, while she's doing this power, it's actually bringing back Swamp Thing. It's bringing back John Constantine. It's bringing back Bobo. Yeah. Man-Bat still survived all this fucking bullshit. Thank God for Man-Bat.
He says something along like the lines of just being like, "I don't know why I'm here." No, would they say something to him like he was just like, "Okay, thanks for letting me know that I'm pretty much useless."
You are?
Yeah.
I mean,
At least Bobo has a dope ass sword.
and he's immortal. Except
At least
for getting melted.
age-wise,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was about to say age-wise. He can still get
They
melted.
didn't even let them know, like, Bobo tries to let them know some news that they were already aware of. Like, he does nothing. It's so sad.
No, that was Man-Bat.
Yeah, sorry, Man-Bat.
Did you know Dr. Fate's evil? Yeah.
So we're already past that.
Clearly.
Shit.
Did you not realize when we had this conversation before we went to the tower that said, hey, we're going to go talk to him?
Yeah, but he didn't know that, like, they already got betrayed.
I mean, true, but if they're out there, they already know they talked to Fate.
Yeah, that's true.
They know the bad things that happen.
That's true. Trying to get rid of our audience?
Wow, dude. I mean, apparently I can peek when I want to peek. You know what I mean? Peek if I want to peek.
Wow. So, I
Man.
think that's about it for this issue.
Very strong.
Next, we're going to be talking about, like I said, probably like 3 issues of, like, Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark.
We're going to finish up the Witching
and
Hour.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah. We're going to finish up the Witching Hour, which, man, I'm so excited to realize or find out what truly this is
Yeah.
for Wonder Woman, because I'm already a big fan of Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
so
if
I'm
you're
enjoying
just reading
this.
Justice League Dark and you go to this next issue, you'll be like me. You'll be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, we both started it for about 3 pages and was like, I mean,
I
could
finished
probably...
it.
You did?
I
Oh my
finished
God.
it. I was just like, that was good, but goddamn, I don't
There's
know
like
what
a
the hell
gap I
happened.
missed. Yeah, there's a little bit of mist right there. So once again, make sure you go find the Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark, The Witching Hours,
Yeah.
and then go to Wonder Woman 56.
I think so.
And then go to Justice League issue 4.
Yes.
Justice League Dark issue 4.
Then 157.
Damn, no way, for real?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
This is getting crazy, y'all. This is getting crazy.
Is there any like news or anything like that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, there's one thing. Steven is a hold on. I just got from the man up. Steven is a bitch. Oh, that's all I got.
Cool.
Nothing from you? Anything you want to talk about? I know you're excited about Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
But once this is said, he's already been playing it up to this point.
Yeah.
So he's a liar to everybody
I've
here.
heard, on a totally unrelated note, just
Go ahead.
speculation,
Go
just
ahead.
something to talk about. I've heard that they data mined Mortal Kombat on the Switch, and they found out that the DLC characters are going to be...
There's 6.
There's 9.
Well, that's not what IGN said.
Yeah, Combat Pack 1 will be 6. There's probably going to be a Combat Pack 2.
IGN gave it their highest review.
Yeah,
Not like I trust IGN. They shit on Kingdom Hearts.
The
1
one
and
thing
2,
I've
so
heard about though is
bitch.
that the grind in this game is going to be a bitch. Which
The towers sound pretty. Some of them have some pretty
fucking
BS
stupid
moments,
requirements.
things.
Like-
6-hour story.
Yeah, which is
That's pretty solid for a
that's
fighting
fine.
game. That
Yeah.
is apparently it's really epic.
we've come to expect that from NetherRealm though.
Yep.
They've had good stories since 9.
Yep. 9, and then we had Injustice, then we had 10, and then we had Injustice 2. I mean, they're really cranking out some really good fighters.
Yeah, really good campaigns. Like fighting games aren't supposed to have good campaigns, but they're fucking
But they're like,
managing
hey,
to do it.
yeah, we're doing this. Apparently, they did slow down the combat. I don't know if you noticed that in the beta. You did?
Yeah.
Also, I have heard that this has one of the best tutorials of any fighting game because it shows you the simple combos followed by the extensive combos while also teaching you counter taps and stuff like that.
What I'm
That's
excited
crazy.
for is like just by doing all the tutorial stuff, I think you get Shao Kahn as the announcer.
What?
Yeah, and I think that's it. Also, I think you can go do the mobile app and connect that. They always have some stupid shit. Like I never play the mobile app. They just give you like skins or something. You can get Chronica as an announcer.
Nice.
I'm hoping that like when you get Shao Kahn as the announcer and you play as Shao Kahn, they do what they did in like the old school ones where like every time he wins around, he's like, I win.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's dope.
Nice.
Regardless,
nice.
yeah, Shang Tsung, we already know about him, but apparently we're also going to have Shiva, Fujin, Sindel, Nightwolf, and then the guest characters are going to be Joker, lame in my opinion. That's the only one I don't care for. Then Terminator, Ash, and Spawn.
Wait, like Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, yeah.
And Spawn.
And Spawn.
Almost makes me want to get this game.
I've heard people saying, like, I think Jeff said if Ash is in the game, he might get it.
Ash from like Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Ha!
Ash Williams, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, if we're on the video game segment, I just saw that they recently are going to be adding critical mode for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I've heard
Because
them
so many
talking
people have
about that.
complained about how easy this game is, so they're like, here, fuck you. We're going to give you a ridiculously hard
I mean-
game where you take more damage, you have less HP, you have less MP.
That's fair.
Whatever, man.
I mean,
I beat the brakes off
I
this
haven't
game. I'm
played it.
proud. It's not hard. It
Yeah,
has
exactly.
it has tedious moments because of the puzzles and
You
stuff
said you
like
beat
that.
like an alternative boss at like level 50-something?
53. I mean, it took me a while.
That should not happen.
I agree. They should have had a better level base like in the other ones where they had you like if you like they're easy bosses if you fought them at, like if I fought every secret boss in the other games at 99, of course it's going to be a
Also,
joke.
with all the abilities that you have in the game too, like
I thought the combat was great. If you've always liked this combat, it elevates that, especially with the cuz you can turn off the cutscene, the cinematics to the events cuz they added roller coasters and stuff like different
you
rides.
can skip those. Okay.
Yeah, you can turn that off so you just immediately click into it. And then you can immediately cancel once you start it. You know what I mean? And you can also add the power to not have it happen that often. You can take that off. Like you don't have to increase the chances of an attraction kicking in.
Oh, okay.
So you don't ever have to use those. I mean, it's just as fluid as the other ones. Yeah, it didn't
I never
elevate
used
the
summons
combat
anyway
system
in the
so
first
much
game.
that it's so different like God of War. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that big of a change to where this new God of War is like, this doesn't play anything like it, but it's arguably better. In my opinion, it is better.
Arguably better, but you can still tell that Kratos is past his prime
Yeah, I mean,
because he's not fighting like
yeah, but he
near the.
breaks a God's neck.
Yes. That being said, though, he still does crazy shit, but he's not fighting half the things that he fought in God of War 3.
I killed the dragon.
Yeah, you killed a dragon, but I'm just saying, like, the hordes of enemies that you fight on the reg in the other games.
I killed the dragon. I know what you mean. I mean, you're ripping off, like, the gods that you went through in
He'd
3.
fight, like, multiple Cyclopses.
I mean, the gods that
and
you went
shit.
through in order in God of War 3
Yeah.
was just unreal. Like, that was peak
Yeah, that's a
Kratos.
crazy 24 hours.
And then top it off with Zeus. You're like, I'm just going to beat your skull in. Woo!
Until there's no skull left to show.
Yep, and I was hitting it way longer. I thought it was going
Oh,
to
dude,
end.
I'd hit it for like 5 minutes because I was like, there has to be like a trophy.
Yeah, right?
My
Just
screen's
blood,
been
blood,
red.
blood. I don't think anything's happened. I'm going to stop. And cutscene. Okay. Sounds about right.
That was fun.
And you know what we didn't do? We didn't switch.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're changing things up.
Well, what's nice about Nick is once he finally gets to that point of editing.
Edit it.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's going to get to the very end of this and be like, no, and screw you little turds.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Whew. Did you guys enjoy this show?
I enjoy talking.
I
enjoy
did.
shitting on Brie Larson. I'm
And
just kidding. Unicorn store, though.
yeah. Woo! He gives it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 4.
What did you... Oh, yeah, you said you
I
gave
said
it like an
7.5, 8. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was very entertaining. I thought the pacing was great. Yes, she was unlikable. I thought the performances were fine. The little boyfriend was unnecessary. I thought, or not the boyfriend.
Oh,
the,
yeah. She kept trying to, like...
The parents tried to introduce him, and his first thing was like, here, look at this pretty girl.
Another thing
What do you think of her?
Another line I did like in the movie is, like, when they're at the camp, and she's talking about, like, how she's going to have a unicorn, and they're pulling her aside, like, what the hell are you doing? And she's, like, just confiding her feelings and stuff. She's like, you need to stop comparing me to Kevin, like, blah, blah. And she's like, we're not trying to compare you to Kevin. Like, we don't want you to be like
and
him.
He's like,
and Dad's just
say?
like, well, Kevin is, like, a pretty good guy. He's doing pretty well for himself.
And he's like, what's that, guys?
Nothing.
But overall, I thought the show went well. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Personally, message Nick and berate him as much as you possibly can. Don't direct it towards us. He writes this entire thing. It seems like we're improvising up here, but this is 100% scripted, and it is all Nick.
Yes, and we hope to see you next week. We'll end on that.